Welcome to Awesome Wildlife Effort. There are more than 500 dead zones around the world, and some of the worst are in the United States of America. But we're already taking action. In Chesapeake Bay, a consortium was formed of 3 states, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia. Also, the District of Columbia and the EPA got involved to help find a solution to cut the runoff down of fertilizer and the red tides happening there. In Ohio, in 2014, Toledo had to shut down its water intake for 2 days due to a fertilizer runoff and a red tide. Governor John, due to a fertilizer runoff and an environmentalist, to find a solution that was a win-win. Let's hear what he has to say.
What we know is that we don't want to have these algae blooms. And we know that well, you don't have the problem so much here, in parts probably, but in our state they were putting fertilizer, manure on frozen ground. And then it would run off into the streams or into the lakes. But you must have...
It all comes down to Grand Island.
Oh, it comes down from up north. I got you. Well, look, what we want to do is we don't want to beat our farmers up because they got to, I don't know if you notice this, but when you go into the grocery store, even though the bread's in a package, it actually comes from the farmer, okay? And we don't want to beat them up. But on the other hand, we have to teach them you cannot do that because, what you're doing is you're destroying, the waterways, which we can't have. So what happened in Ohio is the farmers were, the farm lobby was a little bit complaining about our stuff was too strong, and the environmentalists were complaining that the farmers were not doing their job and they weren't being sensitive. So I just very delicately called the people who were negotiating the agreement between the farmers and the environmentalists. And I explained to the Farm Bureau in particular that if you don't take care of this, I'm just going to take some executive action that will allow me to declare a distressed area. Now, the minute you do that, it has profound implications. And I have the authority to do it. And I said, so just so you all know, that we're not going to allow these waterways to be destroyed. So just get in a room and figure it out. And they did. And then the farmers and the environmentalists stood at a press conference, and both of them praised what we had done. And so what you really have to do, and there's a place called Grand Lake St. Mary's where we were having some of the same problem. And look, farmers don't want to destroy the environment. They just have to understand better practices. And we have technology coming that can put fertilizer on the ground that's going to not be as harmful as what we've seen. And look, I think this is state by state, but maybe at some point the lessons that we learned in Ohio can be something that we can actually have a federal EPA begin to talk to state EPAs about a way to get this done in a way in which you're going to have a win-win.
Thanks for watching. For more information or to get involved, visit marsalaforla.com.